members, our head of in charge, our beloved principal, Ms. Bhagavanti, and our honorable resource person, Mr. Hello? Is it audible? No?
Yes, yes.
You go from the first. Good evening to all the students, staff, committee members, and head in charge, and our honorable resource person, Mr. A. Kamakshinaran. I'm Anand, the Secretary of Computer Science Department. I'm very glad to invite you all to this webinar conducted by the Transport Forum at DJ Vaishnav College Computer Science Department. I request our department's head in charge, C. Vijayalakshmi, to welcome everyone.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the faculty members, it's my privilege to welcome our resource person, Mr. Kamakshi Nathan, for his acceptance to deliver us a session on AI tech and development in Asia. Thank you, sir. And on behalf of the Department of Computer Science, I once again welcome you all people. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So this webinar is all about AI tech and development in Asia by our resource person, Mr. E. Kamakshi Nathan. And Mr. E. Kamakshi Nathan has more than 16 years of experience in managing projects in multi-site global environment with success in developing and executing operational strategies. He has insightful knowledge of IT digital roadmaps, project and program management, delivery management, process excellence, and business excellence. His recent experiences include digital channel implementation across Equitas Bank and GMMC. His roles include creation of digital strategy, enterprise IT architecture, delivery, operations, and innovative solutions, including vendor management. He is more interested in enterprise technologies like mobility, cloud, security, networking, data warehousing, analytics, IoT, and product implementation. He has worked with TCS over a decade. He has traveled and worked in North America, Canada, and Japan with clients for projects implementation. He holds a master's degree in computer application and business administration in IIM Lucknow. He is a certified PMP and certified Sale Agile expert. So I kindly welcome you, sir. And I hand over the stage on Mr. E. Kamakshi.
Yeah. Hi, thanks, Anand. Thanks, Vijayalakshmi, and people to provide the opportunity for.
Sorry, sir, your mic has been muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you able to hear me now?
Mic has been.
Can you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Yes, sir, it's audible.
Yeah. So thanks, ma'am. Thanks for providing the opportunity, for deliver this speech on AI. That too in the. I will cover the most of the topics in the AI, and how it is, how are the developments are happening all over the world and as well as in Asia. So most of the time, I will be running through the PowerPoint and I will be showing you a demo. So let me share my screen. Let me know once you could able to see my screen.
Your screens.
Yep. Okay. So thanks, Anand. Thanks for providing me a good introduction. I will just cover just to tell what is my experiences about. So I'm an MCA and MBA, and I have worked with major companies, and I have worked in TCS and CTS with various technology background and with domains like BFSI, insurance, retail, and healthcare. Okay, and most of the projects that I executed on major like digital roadmaps, process excellence. So since I worked in banking and insurance, I have implemented few products and projects all over the roadmap from 2004 till date, and I am currently with CK Birla Group, where we are implementing few products and making the SAP and CRM integrated. So I have a vast amount of experience on this digital landscape. Okay, so this is all about my introduction, and quickly I will walk you through the agenda for the day, what we are going to cover. So this will be like a 2-hour session. So we will cover like 1 hour 45 minutes, and rest 15 minutes will be a small break. And then we will start picking up the few questions on the execution part, things like that. So what is AI and how does it works? Okay, and second, I'll be showing you a small demo on what is artificial intelligence and where is AI will be, and we will deep dive into healthcare use cases. So mainly covering the Asia Pacific use cases, and then on to what is major AI disciplines, what are and who are required to develop this AI, and why is AI, what are the benefits of artificial intelligence among the industries. So just give me a minute. I'm just unsharing my screen and sharing my screen. Share screen. Yeah. So can I able to see my screen? Okay. So what is AI? See, like I will not be more theoretical in this session. I will be more covering the use cases, and will be providing the uh, few videos where you could easily understand what is the background of AI. And what I understand from the team is most of them are students, and there are few lecturers as the audience. Okay, and there are few business and development teams are also in this call. So I will pitch mostly from an academic perspective. What is AI, and what is the latest technologies, and what we are going to foresee for next 10 to 15 years. Okay, so what is AI? AI is a technology or a system that can emulate human performance, typically on the basis of learning. So see, AI is going to replace ultimately ultimately humans, okay, based on the decision making capabilities, right? So AI is a model, or AI is a machine. AI will be deployed in robots, okay, in order to replicate what the humans do. So in order to replicate what humans do, uh, AI should be having intelligence as humans, right? And how does it collect intelligence? It has to learn. How it can learn? It can learn through the data what is available over the um, you know uh, over the internet, or through the inputs that is going to fit into the system. So AI means it has to learn. AI is coming to the conclusions, and AI is appearing to understand complex content, and it will be also engaging with natural dialogues with the people. And cognitive performance, when I say cognitive performance, it is the human uh, decision making capability on a certain a situation or an environment, or to give a task. Okay, so at a high level, this is what is AI is about, and replacing the people of execution of non-routine tasks. Okay, so basically AI is divided into three segments. I have given it in uh, the size of the circle. The size of the circle represents its presence. So AI is mainly into machine learning. Okay, so it has to learn. So the machine has to learn. In case a robot has to learn the things through sensors, or through multiple other ways, so that it can be acting as an intelligent system in order to provide the decision making, or in order to act like humans, or in order to replace few of the humans automatic tasks. So this is divided into three segments. One is machine learning, language processing, and computer vision. Okay. So when I say machine learning comprises of IoT, sensors, and deep learning. And there are few algorithms which creates the model. Okay, and it will be fed into the system. While going through, I will provide the examples and few demos and videos also to get it to understand what is meant by AI. Okay, so this will cover the basics of this session will cover the basics of AI and also the deeper insights so that the experts don't miss the catch. Okay, and it will also cover what are all the research experiments undergoing in the industries. Okay, so the second point is the language processing. So AI is into language processing, like it does translation, speech processing system, and it converts from human voice to text. And there are few conversational platforms like Alexa, those things. And so computer vision, the third is computer vision. So when I say computer vision, it is mainly into facial processing. So it identifies the humans based on the facial expressions, and it can do a sentiment analysis, and it can do a gesture recognitions. So let me take you through a video session, where I will show a video where the AI will be extensively used. Okay, and it will be like a next gen where the things are going to be normal in their life. So let me just pick out a video and let me know if you could able to see it. Anand, you need to tell me whether you could able to see the video streaming properly and you can hear the voice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear the voice and videos.
You can hear the streaming is also good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Anand.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So here you have seen a home. Just give me a minute.
Video up. Video up.
Oh my God. Okay, can you see my screen? Hello? Anand?
Yes, sir. We can see your screen, sir.
Okay. So what is the benefits of AI at personal life? Okay, so this we have shown you the benefits of AI on the personal life. So you can see the home automation, energy savings that is being shown, and improved quality of life. Okay, and there is an elimination of repetitive tasks in the home. So in the home you could able to see there are lot of interconnected sensors which are connected, and you could able to see how it does the work instead of a humans. Okay, so all these are sensors. Okay, you can see most of the sensors which has connected with as I shown you, there is like a computer vision and as well as the natural language processing, okay, as well as for the ML. So here in this video whatever I shown, okay, has most of all the uh, has all the sensors which is interconnected, and this is supposed to be called as the the AI. So, and the benefits of this is it is going to be a personalized home, and there is a deeper personalization, and it can automate more tasks as you see. Okay, where the payments, okay, so there are a lot of interconnections being done, okay, with the help of the sensors, and there is a time savings also, okay, for the mom whatever is shown in the video. So there is no need for monitoring the the resource, okay, and everything is getting automatically monitored, okay, and now softwares and humans can work together, and there is a time and resource allocation. So now we have covered most of the items in the computer vision and language processing. Okay, so just give me a minute. So let us look at the computer vision, few of the samples. Okay, just give me a minute. I think yeah. So you can see this is the sample of the computer vision, and there is a area where this AI could able to detect the objects over this picture, right? So it can able to identify like where are the objects and where are humans placed together and things like that. And if you see, so one more example of this vision is the car insurance and claim process. So hope you have seen in the car insurance and claim process, insurance company, usually what it happens is when the car is getting damaged, okay, so they will be taking it to the garage, and once they take it to the garage, the claim administrator will come and watch the damaged and usually it takes around like a week to identify what is the issue, and in order to provide a claim, right? Okay, and there is a way that that it can be automated. How it can be automated is nowadays there are a lot of advancements in this technology, okay, where you can just take a photo of a picture of the damaged vehicle, and automatically this picture is fed into the system, and the claim amount can be provided in just 3 minutes. Okay, not more than that. So compare a process which is reducing from a 1 week process, that is 7 days process, to just 3 minutes. Okay, so it's a huge, right? So how this is getting done? Okay, I will just show you like how it is getting done. Let me have pointer option. Ananda, can you see my video as well as the screen, or
Sir, I can only screen your screen, sir.
we can only see my screen? Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So now you can see here there is a computer. So how does this work? Okay, so there is a damaged car here and there is a damaged house. Okay, so the image is getting captured, and so what it does is, once the image is getting captured, okay, there is a pre-processing which is being done. Okay, so what pre-processing is, it will check the photographs, okay, whether it is taken properly, whether it has a proper pixel density, and then automatically it takes to the pixel recognition. So pixel recognition is, it will check whether the damage, when it has happened, so it has based on the rust density to the nearby things, it could be able to figure out, okay, how the rust, okay, and other things, and how, and whether it's a real damage, or it's like a manual damage. Okay, because there are fraudulent things should also be taken into consideration, right? So how does this happens through this pixel recognition? So before that, we need to provide to the system a lot of images to the system before getting into this. So what they're telling is, nearly 5 lakh images of the same amount of for the same damage, nearly 5 lakh image has to be fed into the system. Okay, and this will process it, and this will find out a classification model. This will create a classification model, right? And then it will create a model which keeps inside the database. We call it as a classification model. And then what happens, there is a decision engine, okay, which takes this pixel and it connects to the system. It checks the classification model. So this model has to be accurate. Okay, so sometimes there will be some error rate also, okay, which may need some manual intervention. So 98% of the claims are usually accurate. Okay, so and then it comes back, okay, and then it returns the score for this particular damaged car, and it will return the value also. So once the score is provided, the people will automatically provide the the value to that, and we can close it. So you see there is a lot of improvements in the process where AI is getting used, and this is the computer vision. Okay, and second use case is basically on the language processing, right? So the left hand side lady, Jessica, she knows only Spanish, and on the right hand side, James, he knows only English. Okay, so those two have to talk together, and they are on different languages or in different location, right? So there is a program, okay, where this natural language processing comes in. It just takes input of the voice from Jessica, and it converts to the English, and it passes to the right hand side. And similarly from the James voice, it is converting to the Spanish, and it is getting to it. Okay, so here language processing, it's not so simple. Okay, so I have worked with a product company only for where it is main core is into natural language processing. Natural language processing is so difficult, okay, where there are different dialects, right? In India and China itself, there are minimum 200 to 300 dialects are there, okay, and moreover there is a localization also. So in order to understand, and now the systems have become very matured. Okay, so in Google, if you translate, or if you are using your mobile, if you are using Google Translate, automatically what happens is it will pick up the your pronunciation, and it comes back. Even my kids does it, right? So it is so accurate. Okay, and usually it get trains also together. Okay, so the way I tell to the system to buy a stock price, or to buy a product in Amazon, and the way my kid is telling, those are totally two different voices, and their tones may be different. Okay, but still the Google Assistant could able to pick up the keywords, right? So these are the more advancements happening in the AI. So this is the second. Okay, so how does this work? Okay, let us also look into how does this work. Then we will move on to use cases. Okay, So now you see there is a voice activated devices and a mobile app chatbot. Okay, what happens is there is a user interface. Either it could be mic or it could be a UI where the values are or the the uh, voice is getting transferred into bits and pieces, sorry, into bits and bytes, and then it goes to the channel integration where it converts to a text. And then what happens, there is an intent fulfillment. When I say intent fulfillment is one big uh, subject altogether. Okay, intent fulfillment means, okay, so there is a sentence. If you say a sentence like how are you, there are many different meanings for it. Okay, so it has to, and moreover there is the way when American sounds or when American tells interesting, and when an Indian says interesting, so there are two different meanings altogether based on the localization. Okay, so the intent fulfillment is to understand the context in which the user is telling it, right? So on based on that, the decision engine will trigger. Okay, so how does this work? So again, we need to feed in most of the data. There is a since we have gone into the cloud mode. What Google does is, okay, it picks all the data from all the mobile phones, and whatever we are doing from morning till evening, and from whatever we speak, all those words are getting compressed, and it is going to Google Cloud. Okay, so that's what even when you say some product to your friend or something, immediately when you go to YouTube, you could able to see that product coming in the advertisement, right? So it hears everything, and it registers, and all the data is getting passed to the cloud. And since we have cloud environment, there is an enormous processing power. Okay, where it creates a ML model using NLP, and then it is fed into a database. So we call it voice and text data. And from there, what happens is the the values are getting transmitted, and then it in fact interacts with the other systems in order to get your job done. For example, I just when I there is a software where when I say like please book the flight from Chennai to Mumbai, okay, around the 21st of December, it understands my intent, and it interacts with the booking system API. Okay, and and it actually purchases the ticket and debits the money from my wallet. Okay, so everything is getting automated here by means of a language processing API. See, now we are in 2020, right? So maybe after 10 years, speech will be a common way of getting things done. Okay, see, like even if you see the next generations, they are completely used to these electronic devices, the way how they deal with it. Okay, and I remember my kid during her birthday, when she was asking for a boomerang, my mother, her grandmother doesn't know, how to buy it, where to buy it. Okay, like she was just telling, when I why grandma, why you can't get it. Like when I tell to my mother, she will just shake the phone, and immediately the delivery boy comes in the next day and delivers it. So the next generation are very speedy, okay, in terms of technologies, and they are going to be used to it. So they don't want to wait for things to happen 2 or 3 days. Okay, so even now there is an insurance company called Lemonade, where they deliver the claims in just 3 minutes. You just have to take a photo, and the claim is just delivered like 3 minutes. Okay, and if you want a health insurance, now usually what it takes, okay, you have to go to a health checkup center, and you want to run, and using the uh, the what is it? And there are several tests also being done. So it usually takes a week to provide the health checkup, to provide the health insurance, right? So going forward, it will be very easy. Like you just have to take a selfie, and it will provide you the health insurance. So how does this work? Okay, so the picture, again, the picture whatever you take and sending it to them, there is again an artificial intelligence which identifies, okay, your face, and the your whole background, okay, through social media, and your bank account, and you just check whether what are, like, do you buy any cigarettes, okay, or so it does every analysis for you, and it just comes up with the result in just a minute, right? So health insurance is not going forward, so everything is getting speedy, right? So and AI is helping it. Okay, and the third one, let me show a demo session. Okay, what AI is. Okay, we were just speaking on theories and few use cases. Let me share my screen. You can able to see my screen, right? Okay.
Yes, sir. The screen is visible, sir.
Yeah. So you can even try this. Do we have a chat or something? So you can try this. quickdraw.withgoogle.com. You can go to your browser. So just to touch and feel, what AI is. Okay. Probably students may be more advanced. Okay, but you can also, if you have seen this experiment, fine. Okay, for this is for others. So let's draw. So draw a parachute in 20 seconds. So what I'm going to do is, okay, I'm going to draw it using the mouse, and the system will understand what I'm trying to draw. So let me check whether I could draw a parachute correctly.
I see rainbow. Oh, I know, it's parachute.
Yeah, I got it. So draw a cat.
I see circle. Or frying pan. Or hockey puck. Or anvil. I see wristwatch. Or ant. Or cow. Or scorpion.
No.
Sorry, I couldn't guess it. I see nail. Or diving board. Or house. Oh, I know, it's floor lamp.
Yeah. So this is a small AI example, okay, where I could draw, it could figure out the image. Okay, like 4 years back, this kind of technology was not there. Okay, and let me open one more demo and show it to you. So as I said, AI is vision and computer vision and natural language processing. Let me take a natural language processing object. So this is an audio project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a background noise. Okay, I'm going to store the background noise, and I'm going to record it. And next in the next sample I'm going to speak. Okay, and this should identify whether I'm speaking or not. Okay, so I have recorded my background noise. Now this is Kamakshi Nathan voice, and I'm going to speak. Hi, this is Kamakshi Nathan. This is my voice. I'm trying to take an AI class, I am planning to give a demo on the audio device. Next audio will be on vision. And I'm going to use the microphone to record this. So now this system will identify my voice and tell it correctly. Okay, so 8 samples I have given. Now I'm going to train this model. So now what you observe is when I speak, so you can see the output here, background noise and KN voice. When I am silent, the background noise will be 100%. And when I speak, this will identify as KN voice and this will become more. So let me be silent. So you see, you are just only hearing the background noise, right? So it continuously takes the input from my audio, okay, and it tries to figure out whether I am speaking or not. Say for example, if I ask my kid to speak, again it will be on the background noise only. There will not be any improvement in the KN voice. Okay, so this is a small example. Okay, maybe when you are away, when you are free, like you can also take an image project, okay, where you can actually show your face or any object. It will try to figure out whether the object whatever you're showing is right. And there is a pose project also. Okay, so you can give a pose. Similarly, it will tell you whether the pose whatever you have recorded is what you are showing in the camera, right? So this is a small project which you can try it out. Okay, so I have completed a quick demo. Now how does all these work? Okay, so this works through a neural networks transformation, right? So when I am recording the voice, it tries to convert it into pixels, okay, and it actually forms a kind of a neural network model. And when it creates a model and it stores in its database. Okay, when I'm trying to speak, what it does is it actually gets an input from me, and it will matches with the neural network model which is already formed. Okay, and it will actually figure out whether it is matching or not. If it is true, it will return the high ranking, and when it is false, it returns the low ranking. Okay, so I hope I have given you a glimpse of what is an AI, okay, and how it is getting used. Okay, so now we will move on to the use cases. Okay, now you see this is the third component. So first component we have covered the computer vision, second one on the natural language processing, and third one is the machine learning. So how does machine learning works? Okay, you see this is a 1919 model, Ford model, where you can see a lot of automobile components, a lot of automobile components interacted, and but in 2016 where you see there is a lot of wires interconnected, which is like 90 control modules are there, okay, and 49 kg of wiring, nearly 50 kg of wiring. And for example, the MG Hector and the cars created by Tesla, okay, has more than 100 million lines of code. So everything is getting automated, and it is becoming an intelligent object or a model. So what is this cars are going to give me in the future? See, 10 years back, Zomato and Uber, we would not have think that model, and we might have laughed at that solution. Okay, how Uber could have been existed, but now it is being a normal, very normal, way of transportation, right? And in the future, you will see these cars will also be very normal in next 10 to 15 years. So the next generation will casually use this model and then move on. Okay, so you see there is a self-driving capability and a forward collision avoidance, because there are sensors, in the front side of the car, which will actually, figure out whether it is close to, next vehicle or something, and will immediately reduce the accelerator and increase the brake. Okay, and there is a lane detection also. It could actually figure out what is the, how the lanes are, and it will direct the car. Okay, and there is a way of automatic parking. And the best thing is, it will automatically detect the component failure. So this component is going to wear out, okay, or you see the clutch plate is going to run out, because it could able to, there are sensors in each cars where it could figure out if there is a small deviation in the output. It will understand and it will provide a notification to the drivers or the car owner. Okay, so all these are going to used in the during accident also. Okay, so during accident claim, okay, so all these will be used, and there is a prediction machine failure. So it will also alter the bad driving habits. For example, when I'm taking a left or right, when I'm using my steering, rotated on the left hand side, it will also give a notification that you should not do that. So all these are the features that will come in the future: vehicle to vehicle communication and navigation complex. So in the example on the video, whatever I have shown, okay, when the car is coming, okay, to the home, the home identifies the car is coming. It automatically preheats the oven, okay, and it switch on the lights. Okay, so, and it immediately switch on the thermal lamp also, right? So before it is coming, okay, before the owner is coming, or before the person is coming to the home, it understand. So there is a lot of uh, power savings, okay, as well as everything is ready, when this people are coming home. So it is possible only through the communication between various devices, and there is an intelligence, and there is a central intelligence which navigates and it triggers the action point. Okay, so nowadays machine learning is being used in the creating the robotics also, to design the cars, okay, and to manufacturing. Okay, so this will replace a lot of human intervention, and it could provide a lot of accuracy in the system. So how does this work? So this is the third area of the AI. This is the machine learning. So you see, how does this work? There is, again, we are going to, sorry. So again, we are going to put a lot of data into the system. Okay, so I remember Tesla and Google had collected more than nearly 1,000 TBs of data of the driving history and patterns. Okay, and it has stored in the system. Okay, and where they have created the model. Okay, and that will be a platform serving for other manufacturers. Okay, so all these are platform dependent data which is provided by Google or Tesla, where it creates a model, and again there is a supervised and unsupervised training. So I will get back what is supervised and unsupervised, and there is a model evaluation. For example, let's take an example of the car manufacturing. Okay, so it has a program where the tires has to be fit after the wheel has to be aligned. Okay, so there are certain sequence. Okay, and it differs on machine to machine, and uh, it differs also based on the capacity and the sequence of other activities which is happening. Okay, so it has sensors and IoT, and during the manufacturing process, like how much thermal heat it has to, so the paint has to be heated. So all these will be fed into the sensors. Okay, and so there are a lot of cost savings also instead of manual intervention. And because of the sensors, it will actually trigger during an emergency or an accident, okay, in the factory or the manufacturing industry, and it will trigger the appropriate measures to bring it down. So this is one of the machine learning basics, which is provided into the system. And there is one more thing called as reinforcement training. When I say reinforcement training, so the model is not final, okay, it is still learning. When I say it is still learning, again the data from the output is actually fed into the system and it takes into training, and then the model evaluation happens. Okay, so what we have covered so far is what is AI and what are the three components of AI. First component is the computer vision, second one is the natural language processing, and third one is the machine learning. I had shown you the videos and the demo of what it is all about. Okay, now we will jump on to where is AI is getting implemented. Okay, so I have shown you a few examples, but those samples are not enough. So where it is being used, it is used as a chatbot. Okay, so you can see that there are a lot of chatbots. I will show you a video also for chatbot. Okay, and there is a process optimization where you have seen the claim process optimization, where it has reduced from 40 hours to 3 minutes. So there is a huge process optimization where AI is being used, and there is a sentiment analysis. So when a user is speaking to a call center, okay, or a customer is speaking to a call center, it will understand whether he is speaking in a rough tone, or he is trying to buy something, or he is satisfied with what he is. So previously, or currently, what is happening is most of the sentiment analysis are done manually. So there will be a team leader in the call center. He will hear the call, okay, and check whether this guy is speaking rough, and and this particular call center person is not good, so we need to replace. So those are being taken care by the systems itself nowadays. Okay, and there is a huge fraud detection. So how based on the transactions, it will detect the fraud detection transaction also. Okay, and there is a face detection and market segmentation. When I say market segmentation, it will actually distinguish the customers, okay, on what segment he is, okay, whether he can able to buy this product, okay, or is this product suitable to him, or should we show a low price or a high price, or whether this person is planning to buy a Benz, okay, or class A, class B, class C. So this will does a market segmentation based on the transactions or the input that you are continually providing to the system. So these are the main use of top cases. Now you tell me, okay, so this AI, okay, has done an enormous disruption in the industry, okay, where it has bring down the process to a very low level, and it has customer segment, and segment the customer, and a lot of improvements where it has completely disrupted the industry, and every companies want to adopt it. If the companies are not adopting it, no, they are actually gone. Okay, so AI is catching up. So let us deep dive into healthcare use case for AI. Let me show you a video session 2.
Hospitals are producing so much data that it is extraordinarily difficult to provide the analytics
of detecting patients who may be at high risk of developing respiratory failure.
The way to do that is the use of data that exists in thousands and thousands of patients to predict who's at risk and to intervene to prevent it from happening.
I'm finding patterns in the data, finding patterns that otherwise are much harder to find, but we're using the data to tell us where those objects are instead of trying to look for them manually.
We are using machine learning and artificial intelligence to build a system that's always watching. We call it PALM, Patient-Centered Analytic Learning Machine. Our vision is to present PALM as the nervous system of this institution.
So it's tricky to detect respiratory failure. Respiratory failure can develop slowly and insidiously.
So what we have designed PALM to do is that it collects different kinds of information.
Someone's heart rate, their blood pressure, their oxygen saturation, changes in their physiologic vital signs on a second-by-second or minute-by-minute basis has implications for where they are going.
PALM's job is to calculate the risk for the patient to have either respiratory failure or whether or not this patient is at risk of dying.
There is an overwhelming amount
So you have seen this video. Okay, so this video, what it does is, see, all the patient's information are getting into the database, where it helps in the healthcare to figure out what diseases it is currently prevalent, and how to rectify it. For example, let me take one example. Yeah, before this, so you see, there is a significant improvement in the radiology. Okay, radiology is nothing but when you give a chest x-ray scan, okay, it will automatically determine whether this guy has a respiratory disease, or even COVID. It could actually do a kind of a learning model, and it could figure out whether the person has developed COVID. So for doing this, okay, it needs nearly 7,000 scans, okay, to figure out whether it has developed a TB. So in order to create a TB algorithm, it nearly needs 7,000 scans, and the accuracy, when comparing to the the doctors, or the radiologists, the accuracy was more compared to the radiologists. Okay, and going forward, okay, we may not actually replace it, so this will be like a second eye. Okay, we can't make AI as the first eye and radiology as the second eye. So AI will always be the second reader. Okay, it's still learning. Okay, it still have to evolve. Okay, where even though it produces the the accuracy more than what radiologists do, but still a manual intervention is still there. Okay, similarly, if you see in the dermatology, that is the skin, it could able to identify the skin cancer, okay, with 1 lakh images, and the moles on the body, with the 58 international dermatologists, okay, it could able to, with the help of 58 international dermatologists, it could able to detect the skin cancer by providing just the photography, okay, of the mole from the faces. Okay, similarly, oncology is nothing but the cancer cells, right? So recently, there is a development by just taking the picture of the eye. There is a mechanism or a algorithm to figure out whether this person will be developing the cancer in his body, at least in the future. So again, a lot of improvements areas are there. And similarly, cardiology, cardiovascular diseases are #1 causing of death globally. Okay, early detection is required. Makers of heart diseases can be diagnosed in eyes. Okay, detect only by looking at the eye, but this still needs to be validated. Okay, so let me show a few of the top use cases of AI in healthcare. One is the algorithmic medicine. Okay, so the idea of this algorithmic medicine is it will create the mathematical models to predict and alert, okay, the doctors, okay, from the data from the patients. It helps to classify, diagnose, okay, and to aid in decision making, and to specify what therapy this patient has to undergo, okay, and to monitor for response to the therapy, okay, and to perform the data conversion. So there are a lot of benefits of this algorithmic medicine, and these are developments that is happening in Asia, okay, among China and Japan, okay, and moreover on few European countries, okay, where these use cases are still going on. Okay, and second one is the precision medicine. When I say precision medicine, it is an approach to the patient care that allows doctors to select the treatments based on the genetic understanding of the disease. Okay, so the same disease may not be same for different patients, right? Based on the genetic disease also it depends. Okay, and there is a diagnostic interpretation where I had told that it will understand the patterns and it will come up with. And there is a real-time operations management. Okay, data from operational system. Okay, like when a patient is in the bed, okay, it will collect the temperature, the blood pressure, okay, and immediately it monitors and it provides this data to the nurses and doctors on a continuous manner. Okay, when there is an alert, it will automatically intimate the user, intimate the doctors. Okay, and drug discovery. So a lot of that effectively goes down the drain. Okay, because it includes money. Okay, because when discovering a drug, usually it takes huge money, and 10 out of one drug only it is getting succeeded. Okay, so the rest of the time that is spent for remaining 9 drugs, okay, are usually waste of money, right? So but this when we keep AI into this, and when we streamline this clinical process or clinical trials, okay, the compounds are getting better before getting into clinical trial process. So the elimination of that 9 could be significantly reduced to for 5 or 4. And the next one is virtual care monitoring, where the patients, so the discharged patients, okay, and they will be providing you a software, okay, where it continuously, it is like a nurse, it is like a virtual nurse. I'll show you a video on that. So this will actually take it collect, speak to you. It will collect most of the information. It will ask whether you ate, okay, whether you want something, okay, it orders, it does everything for you. Okay, and when there is any high BP detected, okay, it informs to the nurse or the doctor immediately. So virtual, so this is all about the billing, and a repetitive task is just healthcare, insurance, better health, and virtual personal assistance and clinical trials. When I say clinical trial, so the how is the medicine reacting and what is the dose that needs to be provided. Okay, so it will actually monitor when I give a medicine of the particular dose. It actually there is a model which actually gets the input data from the patient, how he is reacting, okay, what is his blood pressure and what is his temperature and what is his pulmonology. So all those things it will detect, and it will adjust the dose. Okay, so I'll just show you one video on this. Very good. Yeah, there is a Sensely virtual assistant. Okay, so this is the scene where a person got discharged from the hospital.
Our app can be a part of their lives every day. So our avatar Molly, she can check in with the patient every single morning, more than once a day if that's needed. She can ask the patients how they're doing. She can collect really important information such as their weight or their blood pressure, glucose levels, ask them relevant questions to whatever condition they might have. And all this information can be funneled back to the clinician seamlessly, so the clinician can just be alerted to which patients are actually possibly having an issue that day.
Your weight is 190.9 pounds. You did not gain any weight. That's good. Now let's take your blood pressure. Please make sure the cuff is on by pressing the orange button on the side of the cuff.
Because we have this avatar that talks to you and you can talk back to, it makes people way more engaged, because patients have told me it's comforting to have her. It's like someone's holding my hand, and they would rather talk to her than just use an app on their phone. And because of that engagement level, they're more likely to do these types of things to keep themselves healthier.
Pressure is 149/94. Your pulse is 81 beats per minute. Your blood pressure is a bit high today. We will keep monitoring that. Now that we are done taking your vitals, I want to ask you more about how you are feeling. If you are experiencing shortness of breath, is it worse than normal? Anything else you want to tell me?
No.
Because of your results this morning, you need to check in with the nurse to see if there are any adjustments you need to make to your clinical routine. It's outside of regular office hours, but I can still connect you with someone. Would you like me to do so? All right. A nurse will give you a call back on the next business day to see how you are doing. Thanks for your time, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye.
So Sensely is a software app. Okay, whatever you have seen is not the actual nurse. Okay, it is a avatar, where you can actually change the avatar, and it will so once after you get discharged from the hospital, it will completely get, and this it will be like a nurse along with you. So it will ask relevant questions. Okay, it will ask whether you have taken the medicine. Okay, and it will completely handhold. Okay, so this is some improvement which is happening over there. And let me go through the various use cases. So this is the virtual assistant which I have shown. So Sensely is one among them. And second one is the automatic repetitive tasks. Okay, where you can see the once you get into the hospital, there is a lot of time that need to be spent on getting the insurance. Okay, whether your name is correct. Okay, and you need to wait for, so all those headaches are going to just vanish by using this automated repetitive tasks. You just have to provide the healthcare card, okay, to the software or to the receptionist. Okay, and there is a system which detects completely your whole information, and immediately it is approved. So it is not going to take more than 3 to 5 minutes to approve your cashless insurance. So this is all you might see that this is the wave which is going to come, and this is for the next generation. Around 10 to 15 years this is going to be very normal. Okay, and it there is a chatbot also, okay, which will spend time with you to collect the data information. For example, when you are admitted to the hospital, okay, initially it will ask a number of questions like your complete clinical history. Okay, and here we don't have a common standard format, but in US and all we have a common standard format called EHR, which is the electronic health record. There is a certain format, okay, across US. Okay, so whenever you change the doctors, there are actually no difference. Like your entire history will be transferred to that particular department. Okay, so when in case of admitting to the hospital, there is no need to provide more information, and there is an avatar which collects most of the information from you. You don't need a doctor, so just take an expertise from them. So this is one of the use case. Next one is the virtual monitoring care. Okay, so there is a equipment which will be fitted to the body. Okay, and automatically there is a predictive algorithms which will navigate through each step. Okay, it will monitor the temperature, BP, and get algorithms get notified. See, one of my friend, when I was in US, one of my project manager, she used to get heartbeats. Usually the heartbeats is between like around 70 to 90. Suddenly she got around 200 heartbeats per minute. Heartbeats per minute, and she was very normal. Okay, but it is just a panic. So what they did is they have kept a monitoring system into her body, and whenever there is a pulse rate increase, it automatically sends the signal to the nearest hospital, and immediately there will be an ambulance coming in, and they will be picking it up. So it is like tightly integrated, right? So going forward, when the healthcare system is getting enhanced, all these AI is in practice now. And so AI diagnostic, let me show a quick video on this.
This is how a radiologist diagnoses pneumonia.
84-year-old female, shortness of breath period, frontal and lateral views of the chest period.
This is an algorithm called CheXNet that's trained to do the exact same task. And this is how it performed against 6 doctors analyzing 50 chest x-rays for pneumonia in a recent test at Stanford. CheXNet is one of many projects exploring how artificial intelligence can take over tasks normally done by doctors. And it has some radiologists worried that AI could one day replace them. That's because algorithms are getting really good at interpreting.
Okay, let me stop here. So, so the AI, algorithms are getting better. So it is not just the radiologists, it is also the blood samples that is being collected. Okay, and one more advantage is since there is a lot of data from the patients and the clinical trials that was provided to the users, to the data. It actually, so like we are one among the patients, like me, or like us exactly, there will be some other patient, 5 to 10 patients before us, okay, who have undergone that clinical trial and got succeeded. Okay, so this AI will also provide the idea like what clinical trial will suit for this patient and for this disease, and how we can succeed. Okay, so remembering all these things under a human mind is very really difficult. Okay, so the human mind will always have a tendency to forget, and it will react to the latest emotions. Okay, its predictions may be wrong, but whereas a computer machine, it doesn't do that. Okay, so it is completely consistent if the models whatever is provided are completely accurate. Okay, so this is the digital delivery platform where we have customers. Where we have customers are the patients. Okay, so this is the complete patient ecocycle where a lot of AI applications are into it, and there is a partners. When I say partners, these are all doctors. Okay, sorry, partners are the hospitals, okay, and the laboratories. Those are all partners, and this is supposed to be the doctor's area, okay, where clinical automation, so all these, and these are all IoT platforms. Okay, clinical robot, assistive robots, consumer. So the total healthcare industry is now occupied by the AI modeling. I would say it is not completely replacing the humans. It is just replacing the humans for around 20 to 30% for now, being accurate. Okay, but in next 10 years or 20 years, the percentage of AI induced into the healthcare industry will be too high. Okay, is what my point is. So how they are doing it? Anand, do we need a break because it's continuously pushing all the so madam, how do you want to do it? Durga madam, do you want to have like a 5 minutes break, or can we continue?
No sir, it's okay sir, you can continue typing.
Means can we take
Sir?
a quick break for 2 minutes?
Yeah, okay sir.
Okay, because it's like continuously information driven. Okay,
Actually, it's like getting interesting because of.
Oh, it's getting interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then let me continue then. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So so how all these things are happening, okay, and how how we are getting into this succeeding track. Okay, see, the only advantage comparing like 20 years back, what is it's now is the cloud. Okay, so the cloud is a very important factor where you throw a number of data, it could able to store. It can be able to store even yottabytes. Okay, so there is a technology for it. That is number one. Second one is the high performance computing. Okay, so even if you give yottabytes of data, so I will just tell you an example. If you take a rice as a byte, okay, byte, byte, and the total world, okay, is an yottabyte. So now the computer system can store even many yottabytes into the system, and it could able to process, and it has the capacity of processing it. Okay, which is where the cloud came into existence. So all these things are possible now. Even we can store like thousands and thousands of patients database into the system, and decoding a DNA is very difficult now. I will tell you a few examples where the transformations are being done. So it needs a lot of processing power, and the processing power is also available now, and there are new algorithms also built into this. Okay, and now it is providing a proven ROI, and using the technology of big data, this is all possible. So what is an artificial intelligence? In terms of healthcare model, so it is an actionable intelligence. So it needs, so that intelligence has to provide you some kind of action to take, right? And augmented intelligence, it should take some kind of a decision like a human. Adaptable, and we should able to, it should able to learn from humans. Okay, it should try to move forward. Okay, and assistive intelligence, it would able to assist the humans in terms of few like the nurse app which I have shown you. Okay, so let me take an example of augmented intelligence. So you see here, okay, I have shown you a graph where the pathologist, where a pathologist is nothing but a person who diagnoses the disease. Okay, so the person who diagnosed, the accuracy of the person who diagnosed the disease is actually higher than when we combine this with AI. Okay, you see here the error rate. When a pathologist do, the error rate is coming to around 3.5%, and whereas if an AI model does it independently, it is taking 2.9% error. But when these two combinedly get into combination, you get like only 0.5% of error. So we can't neglect complete human intelligence, and we cannot actually incorporate the AI model completely. We just need the both. So this is the augmented intelligence, and the second one is the actionable intelligence. So actionable intelligence, you could able to see the sepsis. Okay, sepsis is a term. It is a disease, okay, where this particular fluid will generate from our own blood itself. Okay, so when an anticortical is getting into our system, into our body, there is a white blood corpuscles, which produces the fluid which fights against the disease. But there are some cases, when the fluid which comes out of will actually harm the body. Okay, so that is called as sepsis. You can actually Google the term sepsis. Okay, but when it starts producing, and that's why why the reason for getting the vaccine for COVID for so long is due to this reason. Okay, so your body should not itself emit a bad fluid, and should not get into the stream. So, but there are a few cases where it is happening over the normal bodies, and you need to detect it immediately, and that should be a automatically there should be a clinical trial has to be provided. So it can be detected immediately from the blood levels. Okay, so this is the advancing research, and okay, so we are speaking for past 1 hour AI. Okay, can we trust the AI in the medical field? Can we just go ahead and provide the robots to start doing its own task, similar like what in Rajinikanth film robot? Okay, so you have seen it in how does it does, right? So it does it with accuracy. Okay, but whereas it comes to emotions, it actually fails. And similarly, what happens when the algorithm is wrong? Okay, so that's why it needs, and how do the algorithms get verified? So there are challenges still existing in the industry, and those are still getting rectified, and still algorithms are getting hand-holded by the human intervention. Okay, and obviously all the machines and algorithms should report to a human. Okay, so till that time there is no problem, but when those machines are reporting to the machines, then it is a problem. Okay, so till we have not reached that level, still all the machines and algorithms are still under human control. Okay, so you see in a hospital, like how is this possible? So this is a sample technology architecture. How patients' data is getting collected, okay, from a different ecosystem. Patients' data are not only collected from from the hospitals. Okay, it is also collected from the laboratory. It is also collected from the testing center, where we go. Whatever scan we are taking now, it is getting duplicated and it is passed to Google. Okay, so now in India there is no restriction that where we need to so protective the data is. No, actually, in India there is no protective rules were there, but in US it is there. But even though Google and there are other Silicon Valley companies which collect the data, and it is trying to come up with a huge model, okay, and preparing it. So so there was experiments which diagnosed pneumonia better than radiologists, and AI beats the doctors in cancer spotting. AI system promises faster tests than 3 eye diseases. So this is on pediatric area. Okay, so I will tell you what are the advancements that Google is doing it in this area. So Alphabet, so Google other registered name is called an Alphabet. So it has got nearly 200 healthcare related patents, and it has invested heavily among the Silicon Valley. Okay, and what it is trying to do a project, okay, which is trying to limit the aging, okay, and how we treat diseases by researching areas like genomics, cell therapy. So they are actually getting into cell therapy and DNA level. Okay, and there is a company called 23andMe. It is a genetic testing company. It has the largest DNA database in the world. What it does is, it figures out what is the logic or what is the good DNA which will provide a healthy life. Okay, and what it will provide up there. There is another company called Verily, which is a part of Google. It is developing a disease detecting nanoparticles, healthcare tracking contacts and contact lenses. So it provides a contact lens, which will be kept in our eye, and that contact lens tracks the movements or the patterns in the eye, and on the wristband and the wristband, and it will provide your health rating, like how you are doing today. And there is another thing called Calico. It is finding out the secret to lengthen life and conquer death by doing some changes in our DNA. Okay, by finding out what is a healthy cell be. So this is the deep dive, and this is the deep discussion on the artificial intelligence into the healthcare industry. Okay, so what are the other things that we have? What are the other industries? So when we see other industries, there are different industries like manufacturing industry, financial industry, healthcare, transportation. Okay, so AI is not only being used in medical, it is actually used in a lot of different industries. Okay, I don't have time to explain all these things, okay, but these are all very interesting factors. Okay, and you need to understand this. Okay, so let me take you directly to a case study of okay, let me take one AI project in each industry. Manufacturing, let me take predictive maintenance. When I say predictive maintenance, there is a electrical item which has a chip, okay, and when it is tied up to the cars, okay, it will actually figure out like what is going to happen when you are traveling at it will tell you where your car is going to be wrong, what parts to be placed. Okay, and if you do this maintenance properly, this particular problem will not be there. Okay, so that is a predictive maintenance. Okay, so AI is going to be induced in that. And in financial, if you say let's take an example of banking credit score, the second one. So what it does is, if you are going to get a loan, normally, if you get a loan, like how much time does it take? Okay, without a pre-approved loan, for a huge amount of loan, normally it takes around a week or 2 weeks to get a document. Okay, and it gets verified. There are a lot of human things involved in it, right? Okay, but whereas there is a logic, and in the banking where it gets the details about the loaner using the like a CIBIL score, whatever you tell now. Okay, and it is through the all the models, it will give you a final score, whether we can give this person the loan or not. Okay, or what percentage he is eligible to pay it. Okay, and what is his fraudulent experience. So there's a lot of models which is into that banking credit score. So that is one of the example. And in healthcare we have covered most of the things. So let's take transportation. There is an example of plate number recognition, okay, which is used by the government. Okay, usually during the traffic, if you try to override the signal, okay, your plate, there is a photo which takes your there is a photo which takes from your vehicle, and usually what the US previously they were doing is they will send it to India, and there is a back office here. Okay, so here they will be zooming it on the number plate, and they will be writing it, and they will be sending it. But nowadays that is not required. Okay, so the HDMI, the quality of the camera has got increased. Okay, and what is happening is the automatically it will try to figure out the number plate, and within when this guy reaches home, automatically he gets a alert in his email that you have bypassed the signal, you need to pay $100. Okay, so it is such a fast. Okay, so and second thing was the legal. So legal, let's take a contract robot, which is a blockchain. Okay, blockchain is a very big topic, so let's talk that. And government, if you see government, there is a conversational AI for citizen services. Okay, the problem with the government, the problem facing by the government is mostly on the population. Okay, so it has to control this population. Whenever there is a problem arising from this population, it has to resolve. There are a lot of tickets from the population. Okay, how it is going to resolve with a human and with the workforce that we have, it is definitely not going to happen. I will show you a use case on this. Okay, and let's take this retail example. So retail is huge, where it has the virtual customer assistant, where it will tell you what products you are going to buy. Okay, and I will tell you an interesting situation. Let me show you a quick video on that. So there is a company called Stitch Fix. Okay, so what this Stitch Fix does is, this will provide you the
for those of you that don't know.
Okay, so this Stitch Fix, it will provide you a box. It will send you a box. Okay, based on your preference that it has analyzed before. It will send you a box. That box has five garments, pants or shirts or whatever it is. What you have to do is, it has selected based on your preferences. You may reject it completely, or you may pick out like what you require. Okay, so this is an experience from the customer where she has received the Stitch Fix unboxing. So she is telling that whatever Stitch Fix sends to me, it is completely matching, and usually I pick most of the things are together. So how does this? So there is a human like a mechanism or a knowledge or an intelligence which is trying to understand the preference of this lady, what she is wearing, what would actually like her, what is her age. Okay, this is called a market segmentation. Let us just hear few things from her.
I'm Maggie, and today we are unboxing another Stitch Fix box. And for those of you that are completely unfamiliar with what Stitch Fix is, this is a clothing subscription box. For me, I tend to use it as like a season refresh. So this box that we're going through today is kind of things that I've requested for the fall season. But you can get these a lot more frequently if you want this every month, every 2 weeks. It's totally up to you, which I think is great. It can be very customizable for a lot of different people and their needs. So how this box works is at your selected frequency, your stylist that is assigned to you will pick out 5 different items, and this can be a mix of clothing, accessories, and shoes. They send them to you, you open it all up, try it all on, and then you have 3-ish days to decide if you want to keep it, and then you mail it back. So they make it really easy. So every box doesn't necessarily have a set price because you're purchasing the different clothing items that are coming in the box at a range of different price points. Now they do give you a quiz where you can kind of select what you're willing to spend on certain categories of clothes, which is nice, but in my experience, I will say that is not always necessarily honored. I had to go back several times and be like, yo, I don't want a $240 dress, okay? The only constant for all of these boxes is the styling fee, and that is $20 per box. So you commit $20 every single time you say you want a Stitch Fix box. And that can be applied toward any of the items that you keep in the box. So it would behoove you to keep at least one item so that you're not just paying $20 to get nothing. Another thing that you get with every box is this style card. And so they put some of the items that are in your box green paint, which I feel like would be ultra comfortable. It feels very stretchy, so it would be a little bit easier to move around in. And I believe these are high-waisted, which is an A++ for me. So this comes from the brand Just Black Denim. You tell them your sizes ahead of time. So mine came in a size 25, so I know that these jeans will fit me. I had also been telling them that I liked a lot of the distressed style jeans that they kept showing me and putting on my inspiration board. So I can tell that they were paying attention. It has distressing down here at the hemline, and then it also has kind of the knees cut out on both. I like that. I think it's something different. I definitely don't have a ton of distressed jeans in my wardrobe now, which I think is why I was drawn to them. And I really like this dark wash, especially for the fall and winter months. And because I live in Texas, like cutout jeans is not gonna like freeze me out or anything like that. So this card always comes.
Yeah, so this is a customer, speak. So retail, there is a lot of AI, improvements were happening. So you see there is a price setting, there is a AR, VR robot, okay, and you have seen in Amazon. So there are a lot of, logistics operations which is getting optimized. So these are like industry specific, not only healthcare. Okay, so let me take you through like 2 or 3 case studies here. So this is the housing development board, Singapore. It has nearly 10,000 members, okay, in a similar locality, and it has lots to be catered by the government. Okay, so including the water, including the there are a lot of challenges in this group. Okay, it has long wait times for a human agent to answer for any particular question, okay, and repetitive or similar questions, and low customer satisfaction rates. Okay, so there is a Tiger customer service. It's a chatbot, okay, working with the Housing Development Board in Singapore, and it has nearly 18,000 inquiries per month, okay, which is very difficult to handle by humans, okay, and over 600 inquiries per day. Okay, it's not just the answering; it needs to be rectified also. Okay, and my current is not working. I have a short circuit. Okay, and something needs to be fixed here and there. Okay, so there is a lot of human elements intervention also. So this is one of the case where the chatbot has played a significant user satisfaction, and it is like a friendly and easy to use. So second one is the Energy Australia. Okay, so this is providing energy, and since there are a lot of manual interventions, there are a lot of unnecessary wastages which is getting into. Okay, so this equipment had a high failure rates within the power station. Okay, and there is a data from technicians come from multiple sources. Okay, and in both the digital and handwritten formats, there are some sources. So everything is getting automated, and they have introduced a Lex, okay, which is a Energy Australia AI device. Okay, it improved the uptime and business continuity by introducing the AI into the through the IoT sensors and enhanced job satisfaction. Okay, so this is the third one where you see in Malaysia there is a lot of traffic congestion. You see here there is a lot of traffic. Okay, but there is another place where there is no traffic. Okay, so someone needs to guide it through a different traffic route. Okay, in order to avoid this congestion. Okay, so there is an Alibaba Cloud AI program. What it monitors is they have installed this in all the traffic areas. Okay, through the lights and the sensors, it will actually figure out when there is a traffic, it automatically modifies the signal and it will route it accordingly. Okay, so that what it does is it actually provides a better safety for healthcare, because when ambulances are running, it could able to traverse easily. Similarly, wastage and cleaning management of public infrastructure. So there are a lot of improved traffic and congestion in Kuala Lumpur, which helped in deploying the solution. And there is another thing called a calm car vehicle. So here, what it does is it actually takes multi-camera and this is installed in the, so a car is coming and it could detect there are more cars in the front. Okay, and these are identified as cars and it is identifying the lanes. Okay, so it is moving forward. So this is called a computer vision. And without this AI, it is not possible to identify these are all objects, because picture is a picture. Picture is just pixels. Okay, so it needs to understand what is the object is in front, okay, and what is the lane, and how to navigate. Okay, so in Tesla there are a lot of autonomous vehicles which is coming into place, and there is a conversational AI. Okay, so this is something which I would say there is a use case in initially I have shown you a video. It is like connected devices. So KII is an IoT connected platform, where it gets the data from the home, from the external place, from your car, from your wristband, okay, from the washing machine and from the phones, and it will try to direct and it will manage and it will optimize your entire time and manage your daily day-to-day activities also. And example, in your fridge, when few of the inventories are less, it will automatically order, and you will see a delivery boy standing out of the the house to deliver the things immediately. So let us take, so all these are use cases. Okay, so what we have covered is AI has three components. One is natural language processing, computer vision, and third one is the machine learning. And we have seen all the use cases. And then we have gone through a deep dive into the healthcare use cases. And then we have touched upon various industries where this AIs are getting into. Now this section is for the students. Okay, so now they are into colleges, okay, and they are into companies, what track to choose. Okay, there are multiple AI opportunities outside. Okay, how they could start up, how they could learn. Okay, so first you need to so when you're in a college and when you want to do some final year projects, okay, you can pick up what is the objectives or business results first. Okay, so then you can actually figure out like what is the use of the business results. Okay, and then you can figure out what application you can build, and then you can figure out what is your core technology that you're going to use, whether you're going to use Python or any specific libraries, open source libraries, okay, any statistical models, okay, or you're going to build any chip which has this AI model built in. Okay, so these are all options that you need to figure it out during your final year project. Okay. So, but I would say next 10 to 15 years, there are a lot of opportunities for this AI modeling. Okay. And there are a lot of advancements happening in Asia and all over the world in all the industries also. Okay. So hope you can also create some models, okay, which will help in getting it done. So you need to start with how you need to start it. You need to understand what is a neural network, okay, how to create a neural network, okay, how to in Google there are a lot of references of how to create a how to create a neural network, how to modify it. Okay, so you don't need to be so academically strong in order to understand that. Okay, just a pass percentage is enough to understand what is a neural network. Okay, it is just a concept, right? So you don't need to be a tech savvy, or you don't need to write a huge coding programming and all in order to achieve it. You just want to understand the concept. Okay, so just a 40 or 35 percentage pass person is also eligible to pick this particular piece up and they can take up this project. So there is a huge potential advantages. The only thing is you need to figure out what is the business use cases that you are going to take it up. Okay, whether you are going to take any specific industry, or you are going to modify any existing algorithm, or you're going to create any new algorithm. You need to figure out how you could able to come up with a better model. Okay, and in Google there is a Kaggle website where there is a event which is happening every year. So they will actually give a prize for your model based on the performance, like how quick it is getting the output and things like that. So we have seen a lot of time about the chess program also, right? So I hope everyone have played with the chess game with the computer, right? So how quick it does, okay? What is the logic it is being provided? It works like a human, more than a human, right? So how it is being created? So those intelligence are going to. So nowadays, whatever the chess program is a normal traditional program. Okay, but there are many more advantages happening in the game also. Okay, so you cannot beat the games as easy as it is. So this is for the college students. Like, you need to understand your objective first, and you need to pick out your technology, and then you start working on. Okay, just do a small prototype, and you can build over it. You can form a team. Okay, you can speak to your seniors. Okay, so let me tell you like what you can take out. So this is a framework for applying the AI enterprise. Okay, so you see there is a core technology. Let me. So first you want to decide what you need to do. You are going to take something in the learning or language or in the vision. Okay, and the second point, how do you want to take it? Whether you want to do something in analytics, or whether you want to do something in data science or automation. So pick any one in this, pick any one in this. Okay, now you come to this part. Okay, whether you want to going to automate something, or whether you are going to do some conversational model, or any embedded AI model, you need to decide. Okay, and finally you need to think in which industry you are going to put it. Okay, so this is the horizontal of all the industries. So this sales, marketing, HR applies to all the industries. Okay, but whereas this strategic AI applications remains for specific industry. So you need to pick out one from this, pick out one from this, pick out one from this, and you start creating your model. And there are a lot of existing models available in the internet. You can run those models. Okay, and whether you want to take supervised or unsupervised learning. Okay, unsupervised learning is something a bit complex. It is not complex. It is not easy. Supervised, you will be providing the input data. You will create a model and you will test the output with that model. Okay, so you need to understand what is supervised and unsupervised. Okay, and then these are some of the few supervised examples. Okay, for example, take this image tagging. Take this image tagging. You provide a photograph, it will identify what is this image is about. Is it a cat or a dog, okay, or a street light? Okay, whenever you register in some websites, you will be getting the as a captcha, right? So this is one of the see, actually we are doing testing for their actually it is not a captcha, we are actually testing their application. So they have selected us as their testers and we are testing that application. Okay, so you can actually do some simple face recognition. Okay, so you can take any samples from speech recognition and you can also do some exercises. Okay, and Google is providing a lot of libraries in order for using this speech recognition. You can write a small program, create an app, and deploy it on an Android mobile. You speak, and it will interact with other APIs. Okay, and it will get your job done. So you can also think that way. Okay, so this is the horizontal. This across to this applies to across enterprises. So customer, HR, so this applies to all the industries. Okay, check whether any use case will suit to you. Okay, and this is specific use cases for specific verticals. Say finance, you can do payment verifications. Okay, and you have fraud, errors, financial modeling. You can pick something and you can do as check as a use case. Okay, so we still have 15 minutes time. Durga, is it possible that we can get questions from the team, or since it is a YouTube streaming, we can't speak to the audience?
Sir, actually, some people are asking questions in the chat section in YouTube Live.
Oh,
so we'll read the questions. You can answer them.
Okay. So let me pause here.
Yeah.
Stop screen sharing. Yes. Please go ahead. Do you want to read it? Because I am not seeing any chat window over here. Anand, do you want to read any questions from the chat window?
Yeah, sir. Actually, first our teachers want to give an address. So I welcome Ms. Lalita ma'am to give a speech, sir.
Okay.
Good evening to one and all present here virtually. Sir, thank you very much for your insightful lecture on AI tech and development in Asia, which was full of wisdom and information. Along with the students, we the teachers were also enlightened by your talk, also through various videos and demos. Once again, I thank you, sir, for having spared your precious time for all of us. Will
there be some risks or potential dangers of AI?
Yeah, so you have seen a recent potential danger from AI. Okay, I think this was recently launched by Tesla. Okay, where the car has crashed at a speed of around 80 kilometer speed. Okay, instead of identifying it as a vehicle, it identified that it actually missed to identify, and there was a huge crash over it, and there was a discussion over there. So this is one of the example, and the potential dangers is still AI are under the control of humans. Okay, still the algorithms, how the error rates are getting. Okay, always there is a possibility that we should not fall under false positives. Okay, and so that is why after verification of UI, it definitely needs a human intervention. Okay, to get it verified. So we have not reached that complete handover to artificial intelligence. Still human intervention is required. Does it answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That very much answers, sir. The next question is from Tayumanavan Ashok Kumar.
Okay.
Does robots will be replacing jobs? Has it started happening already?
Yes, it is happening already. Okay. Radiologists are losing their job, and I hope you have seen. Okay, nowadays the software companies are they are closing the software companies and asking people to work from home. Okay, so what will happen to the people who are working already in the software company? Okay, take the coffee vendor okay, person or whomever it is. Okay, so that is one of the changes that we are seeing at a high level layer now. Okay, and still as a population we are growing. Okay, we definitely needs humans to serve. Okay, but not at the speed of what AI is doing. Okay, so I would say people will lose their jobs. Okay, once AI completely take over, but definitely there are jobs for high level, high knowledge people, where we could able to create those robot processes. For those people, jobs will be still there.
Yes, sir. And the next question from Hariharan: will robots take over from doctors?
No, definitely not, because doctors are doctors. The human. So, for example, to understand the picture or to understand the object from a picture, usually it takes nearly several algorithms it has to undergo, and it has to identify the picture, but it is very fast. But whereas a human, okay, when he hear or when he sees something, it is very fast compared to the robots. Okay, so when you see like doctors, definitely doctors will be there, but they will not be seeing very low level cases nowadays. So low level cases and all, low level diagnosis and all will be done by robots itself, but they needs to elevate their knowledge, like becoming an MD, or they needs to reach high, and definitely their human intelligence is always required.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And the next question from Ashwin: what is deep learning and how does it relate to AI?
Okay, deep learning is nothing but creating the neural networks. And so neural networks, the best model of neural network is how many layers do we have. Okay, so if it has a minimal layer, like one layer or two layer, it means that the learning is not fully complete. Okay, for example, okay, I want to go to say for example Mumbai through the flight. Okay, so I should have got an experience, or I have experience. I have a number of experience to go there. So there are a lot of knowledge on reaching the flight, booking the flight, okay, going to the security check, okay, and there are a number of layers running in my mind, right? So similarly, for identification of a problem and provide a solution or for a decision, if it has to think like a human, it has to develop the neural networks properly. Like I have shown you a small demo, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how it identifies the audio of mine. Okay, so that is a deep learning. So it is the strength of the neural network layers.
Okay. And the next question is from Niranjan Polaki: could an AI ever be a true genius?
Yes, of course, because it detects like a flashing speed, right? Whereas a human has to think twice or thrice. When he has to diagnose a TB, okay, the AI just like that, diagnose what is the problem by seeing just the picture. Okay, and for example, I have shown you, right, the health insurance. For taking a health insurance, it nearly takes a week now. But in the future, it will take only if you take a selfie, you will get a health insurance. So it understands everything from the photo, and it interacts with your whole ecosystem, your Facebook, your conversation, your transactions from the bank, everything it takes, creates a model, and it will give you a complete rating for you. This cannot be done by humans.
Yes, sir. And one last question from again from Toy Manavan: is artificial intelligence and machine learning is the same?
Yes, machine learning is part of artificial intelligence. As I said, artificial intelligence has three components. One is machine learning, one is natural language processing, and next one is computer vision.
Okay, sir. I think that's all the questions from our viewers. And I must say that this was an excellent webinar with all your presentation, demos, and videos. And thank you for enlightening us with your exceptional knowledge. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, sir.
Hello?
Should I ask Mr. Suresh to give a speech?
1 minute. Good evening to one and all. Thank you, sir. Such a great time interview with all of us. I'm sure that our students have been benefited a lot from your webinar. Thanks for coming, sir. On behalf of our college, I would like to thank you all for attending this webinar session, sir. Now, Mr. Anand will give vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a wonderful session. It was really new and interesting. Hope all the students would have learned something about AI and would have got an idea about it. So thank you so much, sir, for sparing your time and taking this wonderful webinar. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, thanks, Anand. Thanks for all your time.
Yes.
Thanks for spending with me this evening.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Yeah.